from now on, just a few things that I'm going to be changing it with the way how exactly we're going to be trading. So first of all, in regards to BTC, I mean, it just really did nothing. It's just like moving like Forex in 1.5%. One thing that I was just like was expecting it, especially after this drop, it's to see the move and then they will send it lower. Because still I'm looking for this to be the move that BTC really it's going to shift from it as a main reversal, you know. I'm not talking about like anything from here. From here, can do this, then after that, you know, can start trolling down to the downside. Something like this, it's very possible. Still, I'm not fully convinced with how exactly things played out here, but there is something that I wanted to clear it for you. Assuming that, as an example, you took the trade from somewhere at around these levels, or you took the trade from higher, 1 hour New York, sweep with a sweep of Asia, and then move to the upper side. And this is what exactly I was talking to you about it from here, that still I'm not convinced that these lows it's going to stay and we're not going to be sweeping them, you know. Now, would this, like, let's say, be along from somewhere at around these levels? Yeah, but in that time I have to give you something around 109, you know, stop loss, and it doesn't make sense, you know. It's really not, it doesn't make sense. That's all what I can say. Now, of what I care about here, it's few things to look at it. First of all, we are really too far away from Asia low Monday. It's sitting at around these levels. And we are too far away from Asia high Monday, which is it's sitting Asia high Monday. It's sitting at somewhere. If we started getting acceptance inside it, then fine. There's still a possibility, by the way, that you might reach this area, sell off from it. No rate, no interest rate, no rate cut, no whatever it is, and that's it. Or we play this, okay? Which is, it's coming again. Remember that we do have the 117, 100, which is we didn't tap it, we didn't reach it. So it could be like, let's say, a target or a target. It depends on what we will get from the FOMC minutes. After the FOMC, we decide what exactly Asia will do, okay? So not a big deal. Now, what I want to start focusing on, it's mainly to trade, like, let's say, all the trades that we are getting it, like, let's say, as a weekly trade. Is to trade mainly when the price is discounted or stretched to the upper side. Means I'll be sitting for you every single week. Once I will do the weekly review, I'll be putting for you, I'm not going to bother you with a million lines. No. I'll be putting for you 2 or 3 lines. Let's assume that the price is at somewhere at around these levels. We are above this line, which is, it's the main line, okay? And we are starting Monday. We evaluate what exactly it's going to happen with Monday. Might come back, move to the upper side. Then we will be trading toward this area with the confluence of Monday high, Monday low of Asia, okay? But we will be trading this kind of a play, which is mainly, it would be a 5 to 6% move. That's what I'll be aiming for it. And it depends on how the price is going to react. This will be, you know, one trade that we're going to be taking it. It's either to the upper side or to the downside, one of them. So that's mainly what I will be adding it to you. Every single time we're going to be doing the weekly review on Sunday, after we finish the one that it's with the after we finish the one with the free Discord, because I'm gonna get back to do it again. we will be aiming for setting the ranges, and we will be trading it inside, you know. I want every single week, every single week, every single week, all of you to start playing this trade. I want this trade to be your weekly trade, your green. It's not going to be that every single week, you know, we're going to hit it, like, let's say, to be right and all these kind of things. But I want this play mainly to be the main play that we are trading it every single time. Now, it's going to be in the same concept that of what exactly we played here, which is you saw, like, let's say, E. It's not too far away from Asia low Monday. It's coming into a major area. Here you go, mid-range. Happy days. If they're gonna keep going to this, then fine. You know, we did what exactly we wanted to do. Well, that's the whole thing. That's literally what I want from you. Okay. I want from you to play this. And look, in regards to this, your entry has to be on this level. It will get retested multiple times. It's not optional. It will get retested multiple times. It's not optional. Okay. So I didn't honestly, I didn't really get the entries on ETH from here, which it was the play, but I got it here when we dropped. Because I was anticipating the move to the upper side. Same things that as an example, it happened on SOAP. It happened that I get it on this drop and then started moving to the upper side. That's what I want. I want this play. If we will manage within this play to play a 5, 6, 7, 10%, whatever it is, it depends on how exactly the week it's gonna move, you know. It's not something that you do control it, so don't worry about it. It's not really something that you control. Not by any chance. You don't control shit in it, okay? And if it's gonna just, you know, go in our favor, fine. We are playing it with in a nice way. But I need from you something that it's extremely important. When we are in an uptrend, hear me out on this. When we are in an uptrend, I don't want you to catch moves to the upper side. I want you just to play the retraces and favor the higher levels. Okay? When we are in an uptrend, let's assume that's the level. That's the level that we had it. You got Asia high, Asia low from Monday here. You get the move to the upper side. You want to play the continuation. Yes, but I want you to wait for the pullback. Stop losses under this. It's not going to be under this because you're going to factor Asia low, but I want you to play this and play it to the upper side. Now, not by any chance, you're going to be considering not taking the profit for more than 1 to 2 lines as a max that you're going to be reaching it in the week. Okay? That would be a main play that I'm going to be start playing it mainly on alts, and it's going to be on multiple alts, like let's say not multiple alts, but I mean a few things that we're going to be focusing on it more and more. Could be, you know, we add to it Uniswap, could be AVAX, Sol, ETH, that it will continue playing with us all the time. Okay. Now, to clear one part for you, so you don't get really confused. This trade on ETH, I would never miss it out if I wasn't taking into consideration BTC to continue to the upper side. Not by a single chance. Yes, I was favoring higher levels because BTC to go to higher levels, everything is going to be in sync at around these levels. And then, you know, whatever, I was still preferring to see BTC going, ETH going another, like, let's say 6, 7% to the upper side. It didn't happen, but that's what exactly it is. Well, I mean, this trade specifically this trade, it's just 10 out of 10 swing short, and you don't close it. Still, there is a possibility, by the way, that we might visit these highs one more time before it's going to start rolling down, or taking the highs and get faded from somewhere at on these levels. It's very possible. Now, I don't really care, like let's say about how low we're gonna be going, because for me the highs it's gonna be taking out. So we could go lower, yes, and I'll be happy. We're gonna go lower because the main play that we will be aiming for it, it's either from somewhere at around these levels. I don't know if we're gonna get it or not, or somewhere from around these levels once we're gonna take these lows. That would be, by the way, epic if this it's gonna play out. Anyone knows what's exactly the FOMC minutes? If someone has the news, just put it on Chat GPT and ask him to give you a summary and drop it to me on the chat. I'm not sure if AT is with us. He's the genius for the news because uh, he's updated once by one. No, he's not with us. Okay, no worries. So the play that I wanted, yeah, you are here. Thanks. Yeah, I always rely on you on such a stuff. It comes to you before Paul, maybe. So as I said, the play that we will be looking at it's literally these kind of plays, guys. Okay, I'm gonna be extremely strict to the way how we're gonna be executing it. I'm gonna be extremely strict with the way how we're gonna be playing it. And one thing that also I wanted, like let's say to mention it to you, that at this stage, I'm gonna be focusing more and more to run the shorts for whatever it takes. I think, despite the fact that I still think that these levels we're going to be coming to them, it doesn't matter when. No, it matters when. um, I don't think that it's going to be too far away from now on, but I'm going to be focusing more on the shorts. I really felt myself that I'm taking my clothes off when I started becoming a little bit too bull. I need just to stay on the part of is this a safe is this a safe link that you sent it to me? I'm gonna open it now. Just give me a second. Uh, here you go. So let's check it out. Let us check it out. Can you give me the news? So the latest says, oh my God. Okay. The July meeting ended with the Fed to hold interest rates steady for 400 featured recent labor market expectations. The Fed sentiment overall, FOMC indicated it divided between those who see the need imminent rate cuts. Okay, so they need more data. That's obvious, as always. So anyhow, going back to what exactly I was talking about. Now two things that I'm gonna put it here, like let's say on the chart, just with the way how exactly I'm looking at it. First of all, it's because it's really August time, August, like let's say price action. Money it's going and flowing like really on altcoins. Everyone is anticipating, like let's say, an alt season. Things weren't absolutely clear with the way. So I mean, few trades that they played really well with us in the past few days. But this was basic to look at it and just to short it and just to play it in this way. It's just like too basic. It doesn't really need anything. Like really basic. To short it's just like as a range. What would I answer for it? Is it you are bad. You are bad. Anyhow. So looking all over on ETH, let's assume that also BTC it's going to come and to take these lows before it's going to give us the reversal, which most probably it will be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Maybe we're going to keep chopping here, doing just some kind of stupid price action. Then you get this. Then we will see if this will be or this will be, you know. Another possibility that also could happen, which it's not going to change really anything, but that's AJ. So here we go. We can come all the way up, by the way, to 16,300, 16,400 before we're gonna roll down. It's very possible, you know. It's very possible for it to happen, and up in that tree. Second, yeah. So yeah, as I said, on this one, that's a kind of play that we're gonna be looking at it. I don't have really um a clear direction on BTC till it's gonna start moving, you know, above these regions and these highs, and it's either to come to this, it's really in the middle of nowhere. Like it's either it's gonna come to this and it's gonna print us something, or just come to these areas, you know, then fine. In that time, we're gonna be playing it in this way. So that's the whole thing. But for now, I really don't have anything here. It's just a trash price action, and I'm not really anticipating anything in it. On this one, if BTC, it's gonna give a trigger. I think ETH still can give us this. Very possible, you know. And by the way, I think we might die from here. If it's not die. By the way, this is a major area. It's the major resistance area for ETH. My expectation is that still we might see lower levels to come, but you know, if ETC it's gonna hold the 112 and it's gonna start recovering, then we see if it's gonna recover before anything else. But this is nowhere close to a nice price action. Um, assuming that we're gonna just start moving in this way, and let's assume that we reach also this area without taking these highs, we will aim for some kind of shorts from somewhere at around these levels, or it could be even closer, maybe somewhere at around these levels by taking these highs before we're gonna start dropping and going to the downside. It's very simple and very easy. We can take, by the way, the highs also. I didn't have an issue with it. The structure, by the way, just for you to understand the structure from here, guys, that we have it by taking the highs, and this means that all-time high, this is I mean, it's not valid anymore, you know. So it's not like now if we're gonna take these highs, then done, you know, get a pullback and continuation. That would be here. For now, this part is not valid. So you can come and take the highs, get something like this, drop, take it all the way down. It's very possible, very possible. As I said, like sellers, they are in full control. You can come all the way up, and still you will be getting something like this to play out on this kind of place. When you get the price, it's just like, you know, breaking down, and sellers are in control. The only thing that you are getting it is just like short squeeze, and that's all. And there aren't that much shorts that they are actually piled in around these levels. So that's again the kind of play that I would have it in my mind. I still do think that in regards to the reversal, if we're gonna just be patient 1-2 days more, we're gonna get a better visibility. Oh, it would be epic if we will come to this area. It's not like immediately from here. From here, you might do this, might start coming to the upper side. I do not tell where. Then you get something like this, it's very possible, you know. And if you will get something like this, I think this would be a decent play and a decent buy the dip opportunity. This if this is gonna happen, you're gonna get every single altcoin on a discount. You're gonna get it just on a discount. That's all what I can say. And yeah, by that time, just load whatever you want in regards to these kind of shits, and that's all. But as I said, the way how exactly it's gonna play out, that's how we're gonna play it. Just to give you a few ways or a few things on how exactly we're gonna be looking at it. Let me just do something very, very quick for you so you will see it and you will understand it. So mainly, you will be looking for these kind of things. Let me just do it properly. So this and this. Let me also change the color so you don't mix them actually. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm going to give you these levels, like on Bybit perpetual chart. That's what we will be doing. And then after that, when we start, like let's say the week, we can become I need just to do it for you for around 3 weeks, I would say. 3 weeks is enough. Again, these ones, I don't want you by any chance to take it into consideration that 655, 655. I need just to do something quickly for you. I need just to update something. So this is I'll fix them properly, but for now, check this out. So the point that these lines that you are seeing them here, which is simply okay. So these lines that you see them, let me just do them in a different color. You can see them like this better. There we go. Could be what could be bottom here this week and move? I don't think so. That's not a bottom formation. It's going to be a bottom formation then. There is a problem with the market bottom. If that's a bottom formation. I mean, we're not, yeah, not expecting really something worse to happen, but so check this out. Assuming that we started this week here. I'm gonna go on the 1 hour time frame, and we're gonna cover one by one, okay, the plays. So we started Monday here. Tuesday, Monday. So AJ low. That's AJ low. There you go. AJ low. It's here. So that's and this is AJ high. Here you go. Assuming that as an example, we are waiting just for AJ high, AJ low from Monday to be formed. Once it's formed, we decide, what's the rest of, the play. But assuming that I'm giving you the weekly projection, I mean, we didn't really miss out that much on the weekly projections. 2 weeks maybe out of all that we missed out on the weekly projections, which is it's absolutely normal. So the play, like let's say with the sweep, reclaim, mid-range, acceptance, move to the upper side, you finish your week, done. You just like played it from level to level. Now it's gonna give you extra confluence having this line under AGLO. It's gonna give you extra confluence that this level it's gonna hold, So I mean, just don't worry about it. And then just start moving, level, second level. If it's gonna carry to the upper side, happy days. But most probably, it's a decent play if you're gonna get it, like let's say within the week to get this. And then after that, that's Asia. So we got Asia low from here. You got the Asia high from here. Nice. Continuation. Don't engage with it. Nothing, The play that I'll start focusing on it's here, where when the price is gonna start getting capped, it's just playing it from this level to this level, and that's all. Okay. If it's gonna be to the upper side or to the downside, it's gonna be the same. And then after that, we're gonna start another week, I think, which is Saturday, Sunday. This is over the weekend. Then Monday. Here you go. That's Asia low from Monday. That's Asia high, where they printed the high, lost continuation. That's the kind of things that I'm gonna start looking at it more and more. If it's gonna roll down, it's gonna roll down, but that's the kind of things that we will be looking at it. Now the question will always be, where is the stop loss? The stop loss, which one is lower? Means if we longed from here, price inside AG low, this is a weekly trade, but more of a swing flavor. So your stop loss is here. This is Asia high. We shorted. Stop loss is here. Am I clear on this part or no? Or it's complicated? So we need to factor the safest stop loss because we don't want to get stopped out. That's the whole thing. Like the idea with this trade, it's not to get stopped out. Some of them, it's gonna play with you with amazing risk to reward. Some of them, it's gonna play with you with 1 to 3, 1 to 2. But we want just to make sure that we are banking and we are making the profits week over week. Okay. But that's the kind of play that I'm gonna be doing it starting from this coming week. And we're gonna be just like looking for it, like let's say to play out in a proper way. Now, your entry is a must to be this or Asia low, Asia high. I prefer this. Okay, I prefer this. Look, just for you to understand, these levels. Forget about how exactly I'm coming up with them. But you trust them more than Asia high, Asia low as an execution. Okay? As an execution. You trust them more. Like this is Asia low from Monday. Where exactly it's gonna serve you? because now you are in a downtrend and you're trying to counter it. That's why it's not serving you that much. Okay. That's the whole thing, because you are countering the trend. So that's why it's not serving you. In the normal situation, AG low, it serves a lot. But because you are in a downtrend, you're trying to counter the move. So this is the play. That's the whole thing. And always, always, always these levels, you want the trade to be executed around them. You want that. That's the whole thing. Okay. So that's the kind of things that we're gonna start looking at it more and more and more, and to to focus on it more, I would say. And upon that, we see, and we're gonna start looking for what exactly could be the next plays and how exactly we're gonna continue looking at things. But that's a whole play that I'm gonna start looking at it mainly from this coming week. I want just all of you really to start getting on board on this one. And once we're gonna get the setup, you just take it, you bank whatever you want to bank from it, and that's all. My advice for you, it's gonna be all the time the same. When you get a big AG range, don't expect much. Means you trade around the range. Means if you're gonna catch to the mid, you're gonna catch to 75% of the move, be happy with it. Same thing that it's gonna be on BTC. If it's big and you catch, like, let's say, 50% of it, whatever, if it's gonna be to the downside or if it's gonna be to the upper side, whatever it is, that's the whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna start just trading this like literally with zero bias, upside, downside, whatever it is, and just like it depends on what exactly the moves that we are getting it inside the week, and just we play this. That's a whole part, and we're going to be looking at this just to play out the way how exactly we wanted it to play. But just make sure you do your best to get on board on this one and keep your daily scalps to be your daily scalps. Nothing's going to change on the daily scalps. If you are trading the 1 hour New York, if you are trading whatever it is, 1 hour New York today, honestly, if you executed it like, let's say, on a perfect timing, I mean, it's really an amazing play. I mean, no way. And I can start giving you a few tips, like, let's say, in regards to, just going lower in the time frame. You will always see the trap when it's coming, like, let's say, to the candles. You will always see it. You will always see the formation of the trap, and you're gonna start just, But yeah, that would be right. That's $1,000 move that I was looking at it during the day. $1,500. They didn't even reach, by the way, AGLO from Monday in order to look, for just display to continue to the upper side. They didn't really reach it. Yesterday afternoon, I didn't manage. Yeah, I mean, look, the whole move, I was just like, looking at it today. It's not really convincing because I'm not convinced how exactly alts they are moving while BTC. There is a logic behind it, I'll tell you. Still, people in general, they didn't feel the panic when BTC is losing this level, because still, it's a range and BTC is just ranging. I promise you, there are a lot of, still, the moment that you start getting into this, the moment that it's gonna start flanking a candle to the upper side, which is, as for now, it's just tumbling to the downside. Maybe this, like each one of them, it's reaching an area. We are getting small bounces from it, but you're not getting a follow through. Looking at maybe this one, by the way, maybe it has just like a little bit to the downside to go for it. Like literally a little bit to the downside, but not that much. This should bounce at least to here easily. I don't think it's gonna keep just tumbling down like this. I doubt it. Looking at the weekly time frame, still it's looking heavy. Monthly time frame, I think, yeah, something like this would possible. I'm not sure actually if there will be, I'm not sure about this continuation to the downside. If it's gonna happen like really quick, maybe it's gonna take a little bit of time. Maybe it's gonna be toward, October November, something like this would make sense, I would say. And I think this one, today definitely it started reversing it fully. The play that we were talking about it, but still I'm gonna be looking again to toward these levels, for this thing just to stop, because it has to stop somewhere. As for now, it's looking fine on this one. It's not looking fine, for a continuation, like just non-stop. Full, we might reach this. It's gonna be a problem on how exactly we are reaching it. I think somewhere at around these levels, you come all the way down. You might sweep this area, and then you continue to the upper side with something like this, But you can't just keep ripping higher all the way. It's just no way. You're gonna lag at somewhere at around these levels once you're gonna reach this area, which is logic. That would be the max. And with this one, by the way, we're gonna aim again at these levels to start looking for shorts the same way of how exactly we looked at around these levels. Every single one of them. This is 100% is overextended, and worth just to look at this and just to play something on it. So every single one of them, it depends on the days. Hopefully, if we're gonna reach it actually 23rd, 24th of August, then the same thing of how exactly you played this, and then you will be looking for this to start going to the downside. It would be a nice play. It might just from now on just to grind without something major, just the grinding. Nothing is gonna happen. That's what you'll be looking at it. So that's mainly what you will be aiming for and what you'll be looking at it. And we see how exactly it's gonna play out. Just give me a second, quickly on this one. It all depends on how exactly we're going to be closing. Like, let's say this 4 hour candle. It all depends on how we're going to be closing this 4 hour candle. I'll update you on what exactly to expect in Asia. But I think we might chop more with something like this before we're going to come to take the lows. I think we might chop at somewhere at around these levels still. You might come, like, let's say, a little bit to this area, reject from it, come back to this area, and then from here, if we will see what exactly we want to see, then by that time you just look for everything to start reversing to the upper side. I also doubt that we're going to be closing a bearish monthly candle. My expectations is still, by the way, this week. So as for now, did we lose, by the way, the 50% of this? Let me just check it and remember where exactly it is. We mostly lost it, but maybe not too far away. 13.8. Yeah, fine. Look, the only thing that BTC needs to do is to reclaim 14.2. That's the only thing. If you're gonna reclaim the 14.2, I think things are looking fine. Start looking for higher levels. If we're gonna start reclaiming this, then that's a major thing. We're gonna start also trapping shorts more here. Get this, sweep this, drop even here, then get something like this. Then I think we reversed fully on this one. But I still need to see what exactly I want to see. The price really is not giving us what we want to see for now. And by the way, don't tell me what sellers. Look at the 4 hours time frame. Sellers, they are 100% in full control. So, and we are talking about major sellers with decent volume. So yeah, let's see if anything is gonna happen here. then we will manage things accordingly. If not, then fine. We will see whenever it's gonna reverse, it's gonna reverse. But between today and tomorrow, between tomorrow, sorry, and the day after tomorrow, we might see something on BTC to start reversing. I doubt we're gonna be closing, honestly, like a bearish candle on the weekly time frame. I just doubt it. 2 weeks time frame. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Anyhow, it is what it is. So that's all, guys, from my side. Nothing, honestly, is changing on this. I think as long as you hold this, then it's fine to continue to the upper side. But I hope that you guys managed at least, like, to bank some profits on this one. I still do expect that these ones could continue literally, like, let's say, maybe 75% of the range, not all of it. Maybe something like this. I'm not sure about this, but at least you would rely on this to play out. So Asia, if they didn't trip everything to the downside and they didn't smack everything to the downside, then that's a part. If BTC also in Asia, 21st, so tomorrow is Thursday. Not sure. I would say chop chop. Maybe something like this would play out here. Maybe something like this would play out at these levels between Asia and Thursday tomorrow. The only thing that we could see it, if they really come to this area and you see such a candle, which is it's the short trap candle, then in that time you will be expecting everything to reverse exactly from here. So what we will be looking at it's literally this candle. Do you see this one? You need to see it here. Which is the same of this candle, but you need to see it here. By the way, that's where exactly you would confirm, reversal. And most probably, 99.9%, if we're gonna reverse, you're gonna get a fresh BBW at somewhere at around these levels before we're gonna start reversing. What time frame? 1 hour and 4 hours time frame would be enough. 1 hour and 4 hours time frame would be enough. So that's all, guys, from my side. Let's see how we're gonna be closing this 4 hours time frame candle, especially that the price for now is still rejecting from this, the 114,200, which is, by the way, it's coming from this this body of the candles on this level. Something for you guys when you ask me sometimes why this level specifically, why this level specifically, why this level specifically, it's usually coming from either a body of the candle for the monthly body of the candle, on the weekly. I mean, let me show you something here. Check this out. They will always, they will form mainly resistance. I don't rely on them honestly as a support, but they form a resistance. It's not something you can short it blindly. It's not something that you can play with it blindly. Uh, I wish honestly that I already got this move, so I would tell you easily how you can keep shorting. There is a very simple tip when it's coming to the shorts, but let's first of all resolve this one, and when it's coming to short, we're gonna talk about the shorts when the time is gonna come. The time you told us that there was a 30% chance we would continue to cascade lower, and just maybe this is the top. This is not the top. Forget about it. I'm sticking to this. I didn't see my candles for the reversal. That's not the top. Now that more has passed. Higher than 30%. No, I don't think that we saw the top. No, we can drop lower, but I don't think that we can saw the top. We saw the top. So you can go to 106, you know. But I don't think that we topped. A huge difference. It's just August. When you told us before, you were hesitant, so that was good. Look, I mean, it would be the first time ever that uh, the market, everything reached a point where we wanted to short it if we saw the candles. We didn't see the candles means that I'm not just, I'm not reacting, I'm not taking the shorts. Every single one of them. That's by the way the level on Nasdaq. We kept milking it all the way up, looking for higher, looking for higher, looking for higher. Go check by the way on Twitter also. That's when exactly I posted it, that still I think Nasdaq that it has a room but I mean we really didn't get it. It was just like, I don't know, because maybe it's August and the big boys, they are not there. So just some few kids, they are playing with the market. No, but it was definitely something that um, I didn't expect. I just because I was just sticking to the idea that I wanted to see the drop with the Fed pivot, and I wanted to be a drop and a reversal to the downside. I wanted this trend to reverse to the downside so I can feel comfortable that done every single bounce you shorted, every single bounce you shorted, every single bounce you shorted. Look, there is a very simple tip that I'm gonna give it to you. You can mark my words on this one. Hopefully we will continue. We will live like, let's say, more days, and you will see it. But I'm gonna give you just a simple tip, and it's very easy. It's very simple. You can just stick to it, and that's all. You get the reversal signs if I'm gonna confirm it to you, and we started dropping. So check this out. I'm gonna mark for you this area. That's a very simple tip. Maybe it's the first time that I'm gonna talk to you about it. And by the way, also the guys, nothing like maybe the guys in the mentorship, they don't know about it. But check this out. You reverse the trend. Done. And I'm telling you just, I'm in a short. I don't care about this area because that's the area all the time. All the time you're gonna be looking at it to drop lower. It's very simple. All you need to do once you get the really drop, this, you're gonna do one thing, you know. You keep shorting. Then after that, you keep shorting. I don't mind to trade toward it. That's easier for you. But you keep shorting, you keep shorting, you keep shorting. And if you notice, did anyone notice what did I do or no? Why this line and why this line? Did anyone notice what happened? Or you didn't catch it? Was it too fast? Yeah, it is a 50% of the move. Yes. It is 50% of the move. So we reverse, we shorted, you need to get the drop. And you just look for the bounce here. You trade toward it if you want, fine, because this is a major level for us. And then, I mean, that's why for me, this one, we didn't reverse the trend. I mean, I'm not able to do that. So, I mean, it's not really convincing, but I mean, if I'm going to go to this, it's also like, where are the bounces? The bounces started working literally from here. So if you will catch this from here to here, you know, that's your 50% of the bounce. You come, you reclaim this. I mean, fine, you know, and then after that, you know, cool. That's a drop, and then yeah, that's your 50% of the move, and then you come to reclaim these lows, or you come. I mean, we didn't reverse, so I cannot really give you this. I cannot just, you know, tell you that this is how exactly it's gonna happen. Now, on another thing also, um, where was it? Where was it? Where was it? I think it was this one. It's much better even. Also on this one, but still I was looking, you know, for longs most of the times. But this wasn't like a major reversal in the trend, and that's why also it doesn't work. But it works just, you know, on just reversals. When you reverse, done. There is nothing, you know. When you reverse the trend, means that you top. Here you go. Check this out. This started definitely playing because this was a top. There is no question on it. I mean, sorry. Again, there's a specific, like, you know, plays and measurements on it. There you go. It's just gonna keep the price capped. Just like rip it lower every single bounce, rip it lower every single bounce, let it rip it lower. Then you confirm the reversal. Just get the bounce short, get the bounce short, get the bounce short. That's how it's gonna play out. Then also, by the way, you continue to the downside. This is the same thing. Nothing is gonna change. You're not getting any reversals, candle from the downside. You're not reversing the trend. You didn't complete the move. You didn't do anything. Done. That's it. And these levels still, by the way, they work as magic when it's coming to later on, you know. And that's how it goes. That's simply the play, you know. But that's why I'm telling you, this for me is not a reversal. If this would be a reversal, it doesn't matter like when. Like, let's assume, let's start now putting hypothetical plays. Still, you're going to be bouncing to here, 17. But let's assume that also, by the way, we dropped lower. Every single level that you're going to drop lower, don't worry, you're going to be looking at this one to play to the upside, at least to bounce toward it. But anyhow, for me, still no, really. That's not how BTC tops, and it just doesn't make sense. That's kind of a bullshit price action. But yeah, that's a simple way. And by the way, guys, this is not something that you can. Yeah, this is not something that you just apply it on BTC. You just apply it everywhere. You just apply it everywhere and anywhere and wherever it is. Once you reverse the trend, you have to reverse the trend. Show me the reversal on the trend confirmed, like let's say on every single time frame, then fine. That's, forget about it. Like also it's a daily time frame, guys. So you know, it's a daily time frame. So you just once you reverse the trend, here you go. Check this out. It's done. Just get there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you something that it's extremely important. The first touch for this one, just short it blindly. The second one, it's going to have some shenanigans in it. If you didn't reverse the trend from here, then you're going to come to reclaim this one. That's your easiest play. You can apply this, by the way, guys, on all time frames. You can apply this on all time frames. Just like it's the basic rules, you know, when you reverse the trend. Basic rules. Because let me show you something. Let me tell you something. So we have to agree that there is something that it's called market structure, right? So here you go. Let's assume that the price is dropping, dropping, dropping. Now, if we're gonna reverse, okay, you will do this. With this, by the way, with this, I'll give you, unless it's the way how exactly I do play the reversal on a specific diagonal lines, I'll give you, let's say, a 90%, 90% probability that these laws will be taken out. Now, if I'm going to fix this properly, this high should be somewhere at around these levels. So this would be the 50% of the move, okay? But it has to reverse the trend. The problem that you see it with everyone when he's going to start giving you some kind of taking it from here to here and play the 50%, there is a specific area of a breaker that you take the move from it. It's not blindly, and you have to be in the downtrend, and it works with you 1, 2 levels to the downside. More than this, you need like more knowledge, like let's say to play this. It's not blindly. It's not like a 50% Fibonacci or just, it has a specific area of the drop. And I showed you what exactly happened here, so you will understand it properly. When you reverse the trend, now we're on the 4 hours. Okay. When you reverse the trend, the first drop has to happen. Done. You reverse the trend, you confirmed. You confirmed it. Now you have the breaker. That's the breaker. You don't take it from the highs. What exactly you're gonna find people they are giving you from here to here. You will never touch it. You will never touch it from the breaker. From the breaker, mid-range, you play to reclaim this. Fine. You continued, you get the drop and you get the continuation and you completed the move and everything is looking beautiful. Amazing. We have again, just a second. Just give me a second. I need to send something, guys. All right. So, second one, from the breaker that you get it, and then that's it. So you get the first, you get the drop, you get the move to the upper side, that's it. Most probably you will reclaim this area. So let's assume you reverse the trend. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You reverse the trend. Now this one, it's a little bit questionable, but this is your breaker, okay? So you get the move, and check this out. The first move toward it, it's a short. You reclaim the lows. Structure, you have to reclaim the low. Now, you didn't reverse the trend. Still, the trend has a possibility to continue to the downside. Oh, wait a second. We reversed the trend. This is where we reversed. Okay? This is where we reversed. But you take the lows or you come close to it. So that's your part of the short. That's your part of the short. That's what you need really to look at it. But again, I can give you this when we reverse the trend, but we're not reversing the trend. Still, I mean, I didn't see it reversing. It's very possible that we reverse it, but I just don't see it, Could be wrong or whatever. Very possible. Now let's assume that as an example, you started dropping to the 106, whatever it is, and maybe you started like, let's say, dropping to the downside. Let's take it like, let's say, in worst case scenarios, you got even the drop to here. Yeah, then in that time, this would be considered your breaker, which is, with all my respect, that's not a breaker. I mean, I'm not convinced that this is a breaker, but very possible. Sometimes you see some stuff that you don't understand it. It's been a while that I didn't see anything on BTC that I didn't understand. But in that time, you'll be expecting, such moves to happen. But again, I'm not convinced. So I'm not really going to talk about it. I mean, it doesn't even structurally, it doesn't look like that's the way how exactly it is. But anyhow, it is what it is. I still expect the higher levels to come, and that doesn't change. We'll see how exactly it's going to play out. But that's all, guys. That's all for today. That's just an easy play. Like, when you want really to navigate things, you can apply the same on every single thing. Once you're gonna reverse the trend, there is nothing. It's just like I would say it's a little bit easier than expected. When you just look at these kind of things, once you just get it, you get the move to the upper side. You play to look for the continuation to the downside. That's all. And yeah, by that time, like, every single bounce, when you confirm the reversal, every single bounce, it leaves the wick, trade toward the wick. Every single bounce, it leaves the wick, trade toward the wick after that, and it keeps going just in this way. And then after that, you just start marking breakers after breakers after breakers, and you just start marking them, and they will serve you a lot, these levels. But yeah, again, I'm not really convinced that we reverse the trend. I'm not. I mean, if we reverse the trend, then we're gonna reverse the trend also on every single altcoin, which is it really didn't happen. I mean, it did on on ETH. It did on ETH, but yeah, it did. It did on ETH. It didn't happen on BTC. So by then, I just take it all the time from BTC. When you mark that 50%, where are you anchoring the bottom point to? No, there is no bottom point to. You reverse the trend. You need to mark the breaker. That's the whole thing. You need to mark the breaker. The breaker is what exactly you start catching the moves from it. So if people usually they take it from the top to the bottom, every single time they are taking it from the top to the bottom, which is they take it from here to here. Yeah, it works. I don't take it in this exact way. I don't take it in this exact way. I do care about having the first move to the downside, then I start marking the breakers, and that's the whole thing. And then after that, you get the second move to the downside. You need again to come back to the breaker area, and you're gonna start just looking to where exactly the price came, and you're gonna start just aiming to play at somewhere at around these levels. Not every single one of them, by the way, that it plays that you have to look for the shorts, that it's just like with the stop losses, exactly above it. No, I mean, usually you are using this just with more levels and more ranges, and you're gonna get again another trigger for the shorts for the continuation. But that's the kind of things that you'll be looking at it. But you need the breaker. When you drop to the downside, you get something like this. That's your breaker. When you drop, and then after that you continue to lower levels, you get the bounce, you come to reclaim these lows. That's the part that you want to get it. It's not that you will be looking for swings. It's beautiful to trade this and this. It's beautiful, but this is difficult to trade it. It's difficult to trade it because usually it comes like this. It's very difficult to trade it. The moment that it drops, it's gonna start bouncing. You don't have really an entry. The only thing that you might get it is just the price catching momentum to the upper side, and that's it. It's gonna start reversing, you know. But that's what you want to play. That's what we want to play. So if we will get this, then fine, you know. I wouldn't be convinced in it at all, not by a single chance. As per today, if you're gonna be telling me personally, what's the possibilities that we topped, all I can tell you that these highs will be taken out. I'm not. It could be by next cycle, definitely. But but if it's gonna be for me, I think very soon we will take these out. That's all. You know, we will see. If it's not gonna be in August, then we look at September and we see how exactly it's gonna play out. But my expectations, it's very soon. This whole way of how the price dropped, this is, it doesn't matter. You might continue, by the way, doing this, but all I can tell you that the more that the price goes against you, like I wanted it to bounce. Wait a second. Let me check who we have. We do have Boulder, we do have Mike, we do have Noiren, we do have Osas, we do have Ricky. The more that the price it moves from here against you, which is we wanted it to bounce, right? So who can continue the sentence, guys? You increase the intensity for the price to reverse in your favor. That's right. That's all that I can tell you, because this is just the recipe. I mean, that's not, I mean, that's all imbalances. Yeah, it could be that it's also a lot of imbalances to these areas, a lot of imbalances here, but also that's a lot of imbalances. That's not how they break to the downside. That's not how you put an area where if the sellers they are in full control, when the price is gonna come to this area, this is full inefficiency. You're gonna just wipe every single short in one single candle from here. It's not an area that, oh, just like come here and then after that they're gonna start dropping to the downside. That's not how it works. So it is a free money for the short squeeze. Yeah, it is a free money. But as I'm telling you guys, like that's something for whatever it's gonna take. You reach here, you reverse from here. That's something, it's really a good lesson for you to understand it. Me personally, for whatever it takes, we reach to this area or we reach to this area, most probably on this area, I'm 99% out. Not out, like let's say from the market, but out that you need to start looking for reversals to the downside in every single opportunity. That's what I mean. I'm out thinking about the longs. That's a kind of things that you need to think about it. That's it. It depends on how deep we go from here. It all depends on how deep we go from here, honestly. But yeah, that's all. That's all. Look, these kind of things when the price is dropping like this, no way on earth that this is a top. That's all what I can tell you. Go check on every single price action that you found it. It will always be a V-shaped reversal. Always be a V-shaped reversal. They mean it. They mean it when they do these kind of things. But look at this. You drop, you retrace. You drop, you retrace. You are not dropping. That's what you are getting, by the way, on BTC. You're not retracing. You're not retracing. You're not. You have nothing on BTC. Just a drop after a drop after a drop after a drop. So assuming that it's like this, it's done. I mean, that's your recipe. Yeah, it can go against you. Yes, I know. You might think about, oh, maybe it's gonna reverse from here. No, it's gonna reverse from here. No, it's gonna reverse. Done. I mean, look, you're not gonna stop at these areas. You're not gonna stop. Check this out, by the way. Let me zoom in so you can see it properly. Check this out. That's not a breaker. That's not a breaker. Nothing. That's your breaker, yes. But here it's not a breaker. So they don't mean business when the price is going to come to this area, they will sell more. That's the point. They don't need business here. Once you just clear, done. You wipe them out in one single candle. That's how it goes. So they don't aim to sell at these levels. So yeah, I mean, again, it's just something for you guys to understand it and to keep an eye on it. It's worth it. But sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes the market it doesn't behave the way how usually, like let's say you want it to behave. It's absolutely normal. It's not like anyone could reach a point that he understands what exactly would be happening. There is something that also you started, like let's say, looking at it. That I know that a lot of people they are looking at this, like let's say, as a top, looking at it as a top and reacting on it as a top. It's totally different. If this is the top, don't try to long. Don't press the green button. Don't. If this is the top, don't. Let it rip, short the rip. That's it, you know. Yesterday when I told you, like, let's say, I mean, I got the trigger from Nasdaq, to be honest with you, on this move, and then also this, like, let's say, the body of, like, let's say, the previous week, it just kept capping the price all the time. But anyhow, the point from here is just like, you just like didn't really get the follow through. You didn't, like, let's say, reach above any kind of breakers. You didn't do anything. Then just, drop. That's it. You know, uh, it is what it is. And then again, also New York session, like let's say, you break mid level, just to drop, and then cascade to the downside. That's all. So anyhow, guys, that's all for today. It's really worth at least like mentioning these kind of things when it's coming to the shorts and reversing the trend and all these kind of things. In my opinion, uh, it was too easy for me before when I do reverse and just like when I do just set the bias that we just reversed and just we are going lower. Look, guys, I don't reverse the trend till I see my candles on the levels. It's a fact. The same thing that it happened here. We didn't play it fully because it wasn't really convincing 100%. No, it was convincing, but my brain wasn't operating in a proper way. No, this one, it's 100%. That's like, set a swing trade from here. That's your take a profit instead of playing it fractions. But my brain wasn't operating. This was the whole was my bad. Anyhow, all this range, my analysis were awful. We played some fair plays, I would say, but the whole analysis is just awful. 117, 100. Maybe I put 30% of it, waiting for it to continue to the upper side, and then it didn't happen. But anyhow, guys, that's all from my side for today. As I said, on ETH and Sol, same thing. You might favor a little bit higher levels inside the range. BTC might give you from here more chop toward 114,900, which is again, it's Asia. It's Asia low from Monday, and then above that, then we start looking for maybe just like normal trade inside. The more that they're gonna keep the price here, the more that it's gonna increase the probabilities for the price to start moving to the upper side, because you started flattening, but the 4 hours not yet, you can see where exactly it is. But if you're gonna start really, just sideways, by all means, it's gonna start grinding to the upper side, it's gonna start grinding to the upper side. But if you really need to hold, so this would be somewhere like, let's say, in Asia. That's very possible. So yeah, above this, then I think things would start clicking for higher. But it looks like they want to go a little bit higher for the time being. I'm not talking about two things that I really need to put it for you. This is especially that AT, he asked me, like, let's say, about he asked me about could we bottom here, because we didn't reverse the trend from here, and we visited this, yeah, there is a possibility that this could be a bottom. But how that would happen? We need to reclaim this, and once we're going to reclaim AJ Law from Monday, we deal with things properly. Okay, this needs really to give us, like, let's say, a strong move to the upper side. Then by that time, if we will do something like this, then fine, we can figure that out from somewhere at around these levels, or maybe a little bit higher. But that's the kind of things that I'll be expecting. This is a big range, relatively big range, on BTC. For Asia, it's still a 2.5%. But if we're gonna start just pushing to the upper side, then fine. We are looking good to continue to the upper side. And as I said, hopefully, I really don't want to see BTC going to lower levels, just for you guys not to get damaged and hurt on altcoins. That's all. To be honest with you, that's all. Because if it's gonna start drifting to lower levels, then I think altcoins, they're gonna start again drifting to lower levels. For now, they're looking fine. They're looking good for a continuation higher, and that's all. Wish you all the best, guys. We'll keep you updated as much as I can. That's all for today. We deal with things tomorrow. And yeah, just pay attention to what exactly I spoke about it today. And we'll take it from there. Cheers, bye-bye.